Have you ever been in a conversation where you technically had the floor, but somehow you still felt unheard, like your words were floating in the air, never quite landing? That feeling isn't random. It's not in your head. It's subtle disrespect. And if you don't catch it early, it slowly rewires how people treat you, and more dangerously, how you start seeing yourself. Disrespect doesn't usually arrive as an open attack. It doesn't announce itself loudly or aggressively. Instead, it slips in quietly, disguised in normal interactions. A slight delay before someone responds to you, a distracted glance while you're speaking, or a response that feels just slightly off in tone. These moments are easy to brush aside. Most people do. They tell themselves they're overthinking, that it's nothing serious. But that's exactly how it grows. What you ignore today becomes what defines your position tomorrow. The real danger is not the act itself. It's the repetition and your tolerance of it. One of the earliest signals hides in tone, not what people say, but how they say it. A sentence can sound supportive on the surface, but carry a layer of dismissal underneath. A slight emphasis on the wrong word, a sarcastic edge, or a forced politeness can completely change the meaning. And here's the truth. People rarely do this consciously. It's often automatic, a reflection of how they perceive your value. If someone consistently speaks to you with subtle impatience, or their voice carries a hint of condescension, that's not accidental. Over time, your brain picks up on it, even if you try to ignore it, and it starts affecting your confidence in ways you don't immediately notice. Then come the interruptions, not the obvious ones, but the small, almost polite ones. Someone cutting in just before you finish your sentence, someone helping by completing your thought. At first, it feels harmless, maybe even collaborative, but when it happens repeatedly, it sends a clear message. Your voice is secondary. These micro-interruptions are powerful because they reshape group dynamics without anyone calling it out. Slowly, you start speaking less, you hesitate more, and before you realize it, you've trained yourself to take up less space in conversations that you once owned. Body language takes it even deeper. People often reveal their true perceptions without saying a single word. A quick eye roll, a smirk that disappears too fast to question, or a subtle lean away when you speak. These are not random gestures. They're signals. They communicate disinterest, dismissal, sometimes even contempt. And because they're so fleeting, they create doubt. You start wondering if you imagined it. But when these signals repeat, they form a pattern that's impossible to ignore. The body rarely lies, even when words try to stay polite. And then there are backhanded compliments, the most deceptive form of all. They sound positive, but leave you feeling slightly diminished. Something like, "You did better than I expected," or "That's actually impressive for you." On the surface, it's praise. Underneath, it questions your ability or lowers your baseline. These comments are dangerous because they create confusion. You're not